You ever wonder why the men she misses most are the quiet ones? The ones who retreat without drama, who vanish for a moment and suddenly become her obsession. That silence isn't absence, it's a signal. And if you play it right, 3 days of it can do more than any text, any emotional appeal ever could. Because most men think attention equals affection. They keep checking in, texting, reacting, trying to stay relevant in her world. But what they don't realize is this: when you remove your presence with intention, you don't fade, you echo. That echo is what starts to haunt her. See, silence isn't passive, it's powerful. It's a reset button. And for 3 days, it does something most men are too afraid to try. It forces her to feel the difference between noise and presence, between a man who fills space and one who leaves a void. Call to action suggestion. Insert after this part. If you're ready to master silent power and shift the dynamic, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a move. And here's what makes it work. Those 3 days aren't punishment. They're precision. You're not ignoring her. You're recentering yourself. You're showing her that your attention is not a reflex. It's a reward. And the moment she realizes it's no longer automatic, the chase begins. Day 1, she might feel relieved. She thinks you're just giving space. No pressure, no tension. But by the end of that day, something creeps in. Curiosity. Why hasn't he checked in? That silence, once peaceful, starts to pulse with uncertainty. Day 2, her thoughts grow louder. She replays your last conversation. She stalks your stories, checks who you followed, wonders if someone else has your attention. What used to feel secure now feels unstable. And it's not because you pushed her, it's because you pulled back. By day 3, the silence isn't just noticeable, it's magnetic. She starts thinking about you more than she did when you were present. Not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't. She feels the absence, and in that space, attraction is reborn. This is where the magic happens. Because your silence has done what words never could. It made her question, not just where you went, but what she meant to you. And that question? It's addictive. Because she's not used to wondering. She's used to being wanted. Now, her ego starts to itch. Was she wrong about your interest? Did she misread your energy? The moment she starts asking herself those questions, the dynamic shifts. She's no longer evaluating you. She's searching for your attention. Quietly, relentlessly. And here's the truth she won't admit out loud. She misses the energy. Not just your messages or presence, but the way your calm made her feel grounded. In your silence, she starts to crave that emotional anchor again. Not because you chased, but because you disappeared with purpose. Most men try to fill every gap with reassurance. But you're doing something rare. You're letting the gap speak for you. You're teaching her that your presence is not a guarantee. It's a choice. One that must be earned, not assumed. And in those 3 days, you're not just sitting idle. You're refining your energy. You're reconnecting to your mission, your peace, your standards. That's what makes the silence powerful. It's not just the absence of noise. It's the presence of growth. And she can feel it. Because a woman can sense when a man is leveling up, even without a word. Your stillness carries weight. It signals that you're not waiting, you're not hoping, you're evolving. And evolution is attractive, especially when it happens in silence. That's when she starts to act. Maybe it's a random message, a reaction to your story, a subtle reach, disguised as casual. But it's not casual, it's calculated. Because now, she's the one seeking clarity. She's the one wondering where she stands. She'll test the waters without showing her full hand. A simple, hey, a meme, maybe a question that doesn't really need an answer. But what she's really asking is, do I still have access to you? And your response, or lack of it, will speak louder than anything she sends. Because now you hold the power of contrast. You've shown her what life feels like without your presence, without your steady energy. And that contrast, that emotional shift, is what triggers her pursuit. Not desperation, curiosity, craving, a pull she can't explain. But here's the key. When she reaches out, don't rush back in. Don't flood her with attention to make up for lost time. Respond with presence, not pressure. Show her that your silence wasn't a game. It was a boundary, a standard, one she now has to meet. And when you do respond, do it from calm, not from craving. Keep your tone grounded, your words minimal, your energy intact. Let her feel that you're not trying to reclaim her. You're simply reclaiming your position. The man who doesn't chase, but chooses. That's when everything shifts. Because now she's no longer chasing comfort. She's chasing clarity. And you've become the mystery she wants to solve. Not because you played hard to get, but because you were hard to forget. That's the difference. So remember, 3 days of silence isn't about withdrawal. It's about awakening. You're not disappearing to punish her. You're stepping back to remind her of your value. And in that space, where most men get forgotten, you become unforgettable. Not loud, just present in your absence.